Hello everyone. Good evening. Hi, this is Alok Oja. Welcome to Study IQ IS English. So guys, we are going through the medieval Indian history series. And precisely, we are going through the series of the rulers of the Mughal Empire. And by now, we have seen 5 important rulers of the Mughal Empire. Precisely, Babur, who laid the foundation of Mughal Empire. He was being succeeded by his son, whose name was Humayun, followed by Akbar, who is known for his liberal policies, who is known for his policy of matrimonial alliances with the Rajputs, who is also known to ban the system of sati during his tenure. He is also known for his liberal religious policy referred as Din-e-Illahi, which was started at Ibadat Khana in Fatehpur Sikri, located approximately 60 to 65 kilometers from Agra. This person, Akbar, is also known for Mansabdari system and many other reforms. He was being succeeded by his son, whose name was Nuruddin Muhammad Salim, also referred as Jahangir. We had also discussed in quite depth and detail the role played by Mehrun Nisa, also referred as Noor Jahan, in the Mughal politics and the Mughal administration during the time of Jahangir. The era of Jahangir is also referred as epitome of painting at that time. He was being succeeded by his son, whose name was Khurram, also referred as Shah Jahan. And now let's explore the story of Aurangzeb, also referred as Alamgir, considered as one of the most cruel rulers of the entire Mughal dynasty. Aurangzeb, he had conflicting relations with the Jats, with the Rajputs, Satnamis, Sikh, and the most important one, the Marathas. It is believed that he ruled approximately for 49 to 50 years. Shah Jahan, who is credited with building different architecture in India such as Taj Mahal, Red Fort, Moti Masjid, Jama Masjid, and so on. He spent his last days precisely in jail. He was confined in the jail of Agra. And this inhuman act was done by his own son, whose name was Aurangzeb. During his last days, he was being nursed by his daughter, referred as Jahanara. So how did Aurangzeb come to power? Although Shah Jahan, he wanted one of his son, Dara Shikoh, to succeed him, since he was known for his liberal policy. But how did Aurangzeb come to power? We will explore this in today's session. So guys, everything has been mentioned as a part of the PDF or the PPT, which you can download from my channel history_Alok Oja. Okay? And like the previous lectures, like the previous sessions, here again, we are going to go in a very step-by-step manner, gradual manner for easier understanding of the concept. And I've tried to simplify things with the help of a flow diagram or a flow chart. Okay? Now, before we explore about the expeditions led by Akbar, how Akbar executed 9th Sikh Guru, Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji, let's understand about this, how, not Akbar, Aurangzeb, how did Aurangzeb come to power? Okay? Aurangzeb, also referred as Muhyiddin, he later on took the title of Alamgir. Now, Aurangzeb, he was considered as the 6th child of Shah Jahan and Mumtaz Mahal, and he was the 3rd son. There were 4 sons of Shah Jahan who were contenders to the throne: Dara, Shuja Shah, Aurangzeb, and Murad Bakhsh. And the 3rd son was Aurangzeb, who was born at a place called as Dahod in Gujarat. Like, he was a capable military commander, an able general. He had acquired the region of Orchha. Previously, in the previous sessions, we have seen about the ruler Jujhar Singh, correct? And his son Bikramjit Singh. Now let me give you an example so that the aspirants can easily understand things. Like Jujhar Singh, he was one of the vassals in the court of Shah Jahan. And at that time, Bikramjit Singh, his son, he used to take care of the administration in the region of Bundelkhand. And he used to impose all sorts of illegal taxes on the peasants at that time. Shah Jahan informed Jujhar Singh that please go and control your son. But on the other hand, this person, Jujhar Singh, he started supporting his son and he fled away to the region of Bundelkhand. Immediately, Shah Jahan, he encircled the entire region of Bundelkhand with his huge army. He himself marched against Jujhar Singh. And it is believed that after marching against Jujhar Singh had to surrender. In fact, he had to give 1,000 gold mohars to Shah Jahan, 40 to 50 elephants, 10 to 15 lakh rupees. And later on, he was dispatched to the region of Deccan for further expeditions. Few years later, he again came back to his capital, Orchha, which is located in Bundelkhand. And at that time, another vassal of Shah Jahan, he was Prem Narayan. And his region of Gondwana was being acquired by whom? Jujhar Singh. This again infuriated Shah Jahan, and Shah Jahan now dispatched his son Aurangzeb to conquer the region of Bundelkhand. And we had seen that Shah Jahan, with the help of Devi Singh, he had acquired the region of Bundelkhand, precisely Orchha, the capital of Bundelkhand. He had created massacre in this region. And we had seen this entire episode in yesterday's session. So in very simple words, Aurangzeb initially was quite successful in acquiring the region of Bundelkhand and killing two important rulers, Jujhar Singh and his son Bikramjit Singh. Moving ahead, later on, due to his military capabilities and due to the expeditions that he led, he was also referred as Bahadur by Shah Jahan, and he was made as a viceroy of Deccan. In the coming years, the region of Balkh, the situation was very volatile. Like we had studied previously, from the time of Akbar itself, the Mughal Empire extended till the region of Kabul in Afghanistan. And the Uzbeks, they had created havoc around the region of Afghanistan, around the region of Balkh. At that time, Shah Jahan, he had dispatched another son whose name was Murad Bakhsh to stop the Uzbeks, to capture the region of Badakhshan from the Uzbek. But Murad Bakhsh, he was not successful. Many historians do believe that at that time, Aurangzeb was the viceroy of Deccan. And on the insistence of his father Shah Jahan, now Aurangzeb was being dispatched to control the Uzbeks. Initially, he controlled the Uzbeks, but even Aurangzeb was not able to recover the region of Badakhshan from the Uzbeks. Again, he came back, and now he was made as a governor of Sindh and Multan. After some time, he came back to Deccan again. This was the initial phase of Aurangzeb. When everything was happening at this point of time right now, around 1657, Shah Jahan, he fell seriously ill. And now he was moved temporarily from the region of Agra to the region of Old Delhi, Shahjahanabad. And this was done by his elder son, whose name was Dara Shikoh. Okay, now let's understand the entire plot and understand the battle of Bahadurpur, followed by battle of Dharmat near Ujjain, followed by battle of Samugarh and battle of Khajwa. Hope the point is clear till here. I have explained the introduction of Aurangzeb in a step-by-step manner for easier understanding of the concept. Hope the point is clear, my friends. Got it? Now let's understand. As I have told you, approximately around 1657, Shah Jahan, he fell seriously ill. And he was moved from the region of Agra to the region of Shahjahanabad, which is located in the old Delhi. At that time, Shah Jahan wanted his elder son Dara Shikoh to succeed him. Why? Like Aurangzeb, he was more competent than Dara Shikoh. He had good military skills. He was a good strategist. But on the other hand, he was a bigot. He was a fundamentalistic follower of Islam. In that case, if he would succeed, he will become an imperialist and a ruthless ruler. And this is being exhibited in the policies that he has followed towards Jats, Sikh, Satnamis, Rajputs, and the Marathas in general. On the other hand, his elder brother, Dara Shikoh, he was a liberal person. I had given you one of the finest example. Dara Shikoh, although Sunni follower of Islam, he still studied Sanskrit. And he has translated Bhagavad Gita and more than 52 Upanishads into Persian language. He respected and revered all the saints at that time. So he was liberal, like his father to an extent Shah Jahan, and like his great-grandfather Akbar. So Shah Jahan wanted Dara Shikoh to succeed. And at that time, as I've told you, right now we had discussed that at this particular point of time, Aurangzeb was in Deccan. And Shah Jahan had publicly declared that after me, my son Dara Shikoh will succeed as the next Mughal emperor. And this infuriated Aurangzeb. Now, Aurangzeb was a very diplomatic person. Aurangzeb knew one thing, that although Dara Shikoh, he is not that competent enough, he does not possess that military skills, but still he is capable of defeating me with the help of a huge army. So why don't I do one thing? Why don't I make an alliance with the other two brothers? One was Shah Shuja and the other was Murad Baksh. Shah Shuja, at that time, he was the governor of Bengal. Aurangzeb himself was a viceroy or the governor of the region of Deccan. And Murad Baksh, he was the governor of Gujarat. So why don't I make an alliance with them, and after defeating Dara Shikoh, I will kill both of them again. This was a plan that was going in the mind of Aurangzeb. And Dara Shikoh knew one thing, that at this particular point of time, 110%, Aurangzeb won't remain silent. He will plan some or the other attack against me. And this is what happened. Aurangzeb created alliances with other two brothers. And he forged a very strong alliance with Murad Baksh, who was a viceroy in the region of Gujarat. Battle of Bahadurpur. Bahadurpur, it is located quite close to Varanasi. Dara Shikoh, he dispatched two armies. Okay? One army, it was dispatched under the leadership of Jaswant Singh Rathod of Marwad, precisely Jodhpur, who were the vassals of Mughals against Aurangzeb. And the other one under Qasim Khan against Murad. Okay? And he sent another army against his another brother whose name was Shah Shuja, who was the governor of Bengal. Okay? And it was sent under Suleiman Shikoh. He was the son of Dara Shikoh and Jai Singh. Okay? I'll repeat the point again. Pay attention carefully. At this particular point of time, when Shah Jahan fell ill, he declared that Dara Shikoh is going to become the next Mughal emperor. This completely annoyed and infuriated Aurangzeb, and he created alliance with his other two brothers, Shah Shuja, who was the governor of Bengal, Murad Baksh, who was the governor of Gujarat. And he had a different plan in his mind. He had a very different diplomatic game in his mind. And what was that game? After defeating Dara Shikoh, I'll kill my two brothers. At this particular point of time, Dara Shikoh, he knew this. And Dara Shikoh dispatched a huge army under Jaswant Singh Rathod of Marwar, precisely Jodhpur, against Aurangzeb. And secondly, Qasim Khan against Murad. On the other hand, Suleiman Shikoh and Jai Singh were, they were leading the army, the Mughal army against Shah Shuja. Shah Shuja was assisted by another person whose name was Mirza Jan Beg. Shah Shuja was defeated in this battle. And finally, he had to retreat to the region of Bengal. Okay? He had to retreat to the region of Bengal. In fact, it is said that there was loss of 50 lakh rupees to the army of Shah Shuja, approximately 5 million, 50 lakh rupees. And approximately his minister Mirza Jan Beg, he also had to suffer a loss of approximately around 2 million rupees, 20 lakh rupees. So he retreated to the region of Bengal. Coming next year, approximately around 1658, 1659, all these three battles were fought within a span of 1 to 1.5 years. And the first battle that was fought was Battle of Dharmat. Dharmat is located near Ujjain. Now, Dara Shikoh dispatched a huge army under Jaswant Singh Rathod against Aurangzeb. And Jaswant Singh Rathod had to face a very humiliating defeat at the hands of Aurangzeb. So, Battle of Dharmat was now in favor of Aurangzeb. Immediately after this, another battle was fought, which is called as Battle of Samugarh. And Dara Shikoh personally led this battle. Dara Shikoh, he had a huge cavalry of approximately 1 lakh horses. And the initial part of the battle, he was quite successful. But later on, at that particular point of time, he got injured and he fled away from the battlefield. As soon as he fled away from the battlefield, again Battle of Samugarh was in favor of Aurangzeb, because Aurangzeb had allied with his another brother, Murad Baksh. As I've told you, Shah Shuja, he retreated to the region of Bengal. Two are left, Murad and Aurangzeb. Now, Dara Shikoh was initially defeated in Battle of Dharmat near Ujjain. The army was led by Jaswant Singh Rathod. Clear? Then, the army of Dara Shikoh was led by Jaswant Singh Rathod against Aurangzeb, in which Aurangzeb, he was victorious. Battle of Samugarh, Aurangzeb formed an alliance with Murad Baksh, the viceroy or the governor of Gujarat. And at this particular point of time, what happened? Dara dispatched a huge army, but again here he had to face a defeat and he fled away from the battlefield. As soon as he fled away from the battlefield, what happened? Immediately, what did this person do? Aurangzeb, he had created an alliance with the help of his brother Murad Baksh. And I've told you, he had a very diplomatic game that was going on in his mind. He immediately imprisoned his brother Murad Baksh in the Gwalior prison. And Aurangzeb, he sent one of his military commander Muhammad to the region of Agra. And at that time, Shah Jahan was confined in the prison. So Shah Jahan, he was confined in the prison in Agra, and his brother Murad. What happened? Murad was confined in the region of Gwalior. Dara, he fled away from the battlefield. Okay? And now, Aurangzeb declared himself as the new Mughal emperor. As soon as he declared the new Mughal emperor, but still he had one problem. And who was he? His brother Shah Shuja, who had fled away from the region of Bengal. And this suspicion of Aurangzeb, it became true. How? This person, Shah Shuja, okay, he declared himself as independent. He declared himself as the Mughal emperor. So in the region of Agra and Delhi, Aurangzeb declared himself as the Mughal emperor. On the other hand, in the region of Bengal, his brother Shah Shuja, he declared himself as the Mughal emperor. So there was another battle which was fought near the region of Fatehpur in UP, which is referred as Battle of Khajwa. Aurangzeb versus Shah Shuja, in which Shah Shuja was being defeated, and finally, approximately around 1658, Aurangzeb became the sixth Mughal emperor that ruled over the northern part of India. So, hope you understood how Aurangzeb came to power. Did you understand the entire plot? Okay, I'll repeat the plot again within next 30 seconds to 1 minute, so that the aspirants, those who have joined late, they can also understand. And secondly, it would be a kind of quick revision for the others who are listening to me. Okay, so pay attention carefully. Shah Jahan, he had four sons: Dara, Shuja, Aurangzeb and Murad Baksh. He declared Dara Shikoh as the next Mughal emperor. At that time, Aurangzeb, who was the viceroy of Deccan, created alliances with his other two brothers, Shah Shuja and Murad Baksh. Shah Shuja was governor of Bengal, Murad Baksh was the governor of Gujarat. At that time, Dara Shikoh dispatched two armies, one under Jaswant Singh Rathod of Marwar against Aurangzeb, and the other under Qasim Khan against Murad Baksh. The other army was dispatched against Shah Shuja. It was under the leadership of Suleiman Shikoh, the son of Dara Shikoh and Jai Singh. Shah Shuja, he fled away to the region of Bengal. Moving ahead, Battle of Dharmat, specifically Dharmat located near the region of Ujjain, Malwa, fought between Jaswant Singh Rathod, who was vassal of the Mughals at that time and dispatched by Dara Shikoh against Aurangzeb, in which Jaswant Singh Rathod had to face a humiliating defeat. Another battle was fought, which is called as Battle of Samugarh, in which Dara Shikoh directly fought with an alliance of Aurangzeb and Murad. Dara Shikoh fled away from the battlefield, and the battle was in favor of Aurangzeb. Aurangzeb immediately captured and imprisoned his brother Murad and imprisoned him in the fort of Gwalior, in the Gwalior prison. On the other hand, this person, Shah Jahan, he was imprisoned in the prison of Agra. Meanwhile, he declared himself as the emperor of India, or the next Mughal emperor. His another brother Shah Shuja, he declared himself as independent and declared himself as the next Mughal emperor. Obviously, there is going to be tussle and battle between both of them. And the battle was fought in the region of Fatehpur, which is called as Battle of Khajwa, in which Shah Shuja was defeated, and finally Aurangzeb became the sixth Mughal emperor of India. Clear? I have repeated the point twice, and I have tried to explain the things in a step-by-step manner. Okay, guys? Aurangzeb, he is known for different aspects of architecture as well, like Bibi Ka Maqbara. Okay, specifically Bibi Ka Maqbara, apart from this Moti Masjid in Red Fort, all these are credited to Aurangzeb. Now let's understand about the expeditions that were being led by Aurangzeb. I have explained everything, like Bibi Ka Maqbara. Okay, it is also referred as Second Taj Mahal or Rabia Ud Durrani. Okay, Moti Masjid, as discussed right now in the Red Fort in Delhi, its construction is credited to Alamgir or Aurangzeb. Now let's understand about the expeditions of Akbar. Do you remember Mir Jumla? As discussed previously, Mir Jumla, he had presented the famous Kohinoor diamond to Shah Jahan. Correct? Kohinoor diamond, it is considered as one of the most precious diamonds. Plus, it is also considered as one of the most unluckiest diamonds. Okay? Now, Mir Jumla, he was the governor of Bengal at that time. And Mir Jumla was being dispatched to conquer the region of Assam, which was being ruled by the Ahom dynasty. Okay? Initially, Mir Jumla, he was successful in conquering different regions such as Cooch Behar and certain parts of Assam. But he could not hold on that region for a long time. It is believed that Shaista Khan, who is also one of the maternal uncles of Aurangzeb, was later made as the governor of Bengal. He was again dispatched to conquer the region of Assam. Again, he occupied the region of Chittagong and he defeated the Arkanis navy, but still he could not hold the region for a long time. If you remember, guys, we have studied the regional dynasties. And in that, we had studied one dynasty which is referred as Ahom dynasty. And I've told you the battle between Ahoms and the Mughals. It is one of the hidden battles in the books of history. And we had also studied about one important personality, if you remember. Lachit Borphukan. It is believed that under the able leadership of or under the able military command of Lachit Borphukan, okay, it is believed that Lachit Borphukan had defeated the Mughal army for 17 times, approximately 17 times. Because Lachit Borphukan was an able military commander and known for his guerrilla warfare techniques. So although Mir Jumla, okay, one of the military commanders of Aurangzeb, Shaista Khan, one of the maternal uncles of Aurangzeb, to an extent were successful in capturing the region of Chittagong, Cooch Behar, certain parts of Assam, but they could not have a strong hold over this region for a long time. Clear? Now let's understand about the popular revolts at that time. And let's understand about the revolt of the Jats initially. So everything has been mentioned as a part of the PDF or the PPT. But as I have told you, for easier understanding of the concept, I have used the proper format of a flow chart. Got it, my friends? Now let's understand with the Jats. Jats were the first to revolt against the Mughal Emperor Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb. Now I'll tell you one thing. Why was Akbar successful? Why was this person, Jahangir, successful? Why was Shah Jahan successful? Because they had adopted a conciliatory approach. They did not follow the policy of unnecessary interference with the other kingdoms. But Aurangzeb, there was many revolt during his time because he followed a policy of normal interference with the other kingdoms. As I've told you in the start of the session itself, he interfered with the Rajputs, the Marathas, the Jats, the Satnamis, okay, the Sikh. Now, at this particular point of time, the region of Mathura and Delhi, the Jats in this region revolted, specifically the Jat peasants, because of the unnecessary taxes that were being imposed on the peasants of this region. Exorbitant taxes were being imposed on them. So they revolted. So initially, the revolt was under the leadership of Gokul. And this person, Aurangzeb, he personally marched and suppressed the revolt. But later on, there was a revolt under Rajaram, another important Jat leader. And at that time, Raja Bishan Singh was being dispatched against the, Rajaram. And Bishan Singh, he was one of the vassals of the Mughal Empire and he was the Kachawa Rajput ruler. And he was quite successful in suppressing the revolt. So the Jats were the first to revolt against the the Mughals. So I'll repeat the points again. Mathura and Delhi, initially the revolt was led by Gokul, followed by Rajaram. The revolt of Rajaram, it is believed that this person, Raja Bishan Singh, he was a Kachawa Rajput ruler. He was dispatched by Aurangzeb to suppress the revolt, but he was not that successful. Next, Satnamis. Satnamis are the liberal religious sect. Okay. And the revolt actually began around 1670s, precisely 1672. Now, why did they revolted? Now, it was a revolt actually against a local officer. But later on, the revolt reached at its peak. Finally, Aurangzeb, he himself had to dispatch an army and lead an army. And he came at a place called as Narnaul, which is located near the region of Mathura. And he crushed the revolt of Satnamis. Sikh. Okay, Bundelas, I've told you. Like Bundelas, if you remember, Aurangzeb, he had captured the region of Orchha Okay, like Shah Jahan had dispatched Aurangzeb to capture the region of Orchha. He had captured the region, plus he had defeated the ruler Jujhar Singh and his son Bikramjit Singh. And Devi Singh, who was considered as one of the allies of the Mughals, was made as a new ruler. But Devi Singh was not being supported. So another ruler, Champat Rai and Raja Chhatrasal, they constantly, what we say, fought for independence of the Bundelkhand region. So continuously, Bundelkhand region, there was a situation of chaos and turmoil. Now comes the Sikh. Akbar, he was known for his liberal religious policies. Correct? Specifically speaking, Akbar had good relations with the previous Sikh gurus. Now, the religion Sikhism was being initiated by Guru Nanak Dev Ji. And it is again considered a very liberal religion. But as discussed, Aurangzeb, he was a bigot. He was a fundamentalistic follower of Islam. He continuously followed the policy of interference with the other kingdoms. So Aurangzeb, he was responsible for execution of the 9th Sikh Guru, Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji. Now, specifically speaking about the 9th Sikh Guru, let's understand why did he execute them. Okay, small example I'll give you. Kashmiri Pandits. Now, Kashmiri Pandits are known for their intelligence. They are known for their wisdom. They are known for their inclination towards spirituality. At that time, it is believed that Brahmadas, he was one of the ancestors of the Kashmiri Pandits. It is believed that he had very good relations with Guru Nanak Dev Ji. Okay. Now another Kashmiri Pandit or a Brahmin whose name was Kriparam or Kripadas, we can say. He had very good relations at that time with Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji. So Brahmadas Ji, he is considered as the ancestor of Kriparam. Okay. Aurangzeb, as I've told you, he followed one simple policy. Dar-ul-Harb into Darul-Islam. Simple words. On those places or with the places where Islam is not there, he conquered that places and forced the people to get converted into Islam. So he had given a timely deadline to the Kashmiri Pandits that by this time, compulsorily you have to accept Islam. And if you do not accept Islam, in that case, the entire region of Kashmir would be, I'll create a massacre in this region. Now, Kriparam, he, along with a huge delegation, come and meets Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji, the 9th Sikh Guru. At that time, they met at a present-day place called as Anandpur Sahib. And here he explained the entire situation. Kriparam explained the entire situation to the 9th Sikh Guru. And at that time, his son, okay, Gobind Ji, he was very small. He was approximately 9 to 10 years of age. And Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji was thinking. His son arrived and he asked him, what are you thinking about? How can he explain this entire situation to a 9-10 years child? But still he tried to explain him consciously. He said that, like the small boy said that as a guru, it's your duty to protect everyone because you are Jagat Guru. You are the guru of the world. He was very much impressed by his son. And now he decided to protect the Kashmiri Pandits at that time. Aurangzeb came to know about this and Aurangzeb immediately imprisoned Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji. Along with Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji, his disciples, his followers also were being imprisoned, such as Bhai Mati Das, Bhai Sati Das, Bhai Dayal Das. Like all of them were being tortured. Like you might have seen the movie Chhawa. We'll study that in quite depth and detail when we'll study about the Marathas and their history. Similarly, Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji, he was being tortured. Bhai Mati Das, Bhai Dayal Das, you cannot believe that. Like specifically, they were being kept in the burning oil. Like they were thrown into the pan of burning oil. Boiling oil. That was a torture meted on Bhai Mati Das, Bhai Dayal Das, Bhai Sati Das to deter whom? Guru Tegh Bahadur. And again, in front of Guru Tegh Bahadur, they had put one condition, that get converted into Islam and show certain miracles. You are a guru. To which Tegh Bahadur ji denied. Finally, he was being executed. He was being beheaded publicly. So Aurangzeb, he was responsible for execution of the 9th Sikh Guru, Guru Tegh Bahadur ji. Shishganj Gurudwara, it is located in Delhi itself. So from now onwards, specifically speaking, Mughals started having conflicting relations with whom? Mughals started having conflicting relations with Sikh as well. So this was about the story of Guru Tegh Bahadur ji. Hope you understood this. Rajput policy. For this, you need to understand this flowchart. Everything has been mentioned as a part of PDF or PPT. Hope you are getting the points, guys. Hence, I am going gradually in a step-by-step manner so that you can understand the concepts in a easier format. Clear? Hope so the points are clear till here. Okay? So, if I speak about Akbar, like I've told you one thing about Akbar, that Akbar had a very different approach. He had a very different policy. Correct? Concerning what? A very different policy concerning the Rajputs. Like Amer, the region of Amer, presently the region around the modern day Jaipur. They were the first to enter into the policy of matrimonial alliances with Akbar. Like Raja Bharmal, he had married his daughter Jodhabai, who was also referred as Maryam uz Zamani, okay, to Akbar. So Akbar, he had followed a very different policy toward Rajputana. Like we had seen, Malwa, he had led an expedition. Gujarat, he led an expedition. Gondwana, he led an expedition. Kashmir, Bihar, Bengal, Kabul. But here he had a very different approach. Because he knew one thing. Mughals single-handedly cannot fight against the Rajputs. But here, as I've told you time and again, Aurangzeb followed a policy of continuous interference. Continuous. Now what happened? If you remember, just now we have talked about Jaswant Singh Rathod, correct, who was being dispatched against Aurangzeb by Dara Shikoh. Now, Jaswant Singh Rathod passed away. He was the ruler of Marwar. Capital was Jodhpur. He passed away. And when he passed away, what happened? His wife, she was pregnant. And after his death, she gave birth to Ajit Singh. So the Rajput rulers or the Rathods of the region of Jodhpur, now they chose Ajit Singh as a successor of Jaswant Singh Rathod. But this was not at all acceptable to Aurangzeb. And he wanted the Raj Gaddi of Jodhpur to be transferred to Inder Singh. He is considered as one of the grandson of the elder brother of Jaswant Singh. And why he wanted Inder Singh to be the vassal or to be the, given the Gaddi, Raj Gaddi of Jodhpur? Because Inder Singh was supporting Aurangzeb in his expeditions. But the Rathods of Jodhpur, they did not want Inder Singh to be the successor. So what did they do? With the passage of time, Ajit Singh, like he grew up. He was given 2 Jagir. He was given 2 Parganas in the region of Marwar. This was not acceptable. And when this was not acceptable, the Rathods, what happened? They put on the throne Ajit Singh. And they declared their independence. This infuriated Aurangzeb. Aurangzeb immediately dispatched an army and Ajit Singh was confined in the jail. Durga Das Rathod, he played a very major role in releasing the Ajit Singh. Apart from this, the rulers of Mewar, Rana Raj Singh, he was also supportive to Ajit Singh. Immediately, when this person Aurangzeb comes to know about this, that specifically Rana, Raj Singh, the ruler of Mewar, is supporting Ajit Singh, the contender to the throne of Marwar. Mewar is like Chittorgarh, Udaipur. Marwar is like Jodhpur. Immediately, Aurangzeb dispatched a force against Rana Raj Singh. He was being defeated, but he fled to the region of hills. And from there, he was conducting guerrilla warfare techniques against Aurangzeb. Rana Raj Singh was being succeeded by his son, Rana Jagat Singh. He was also supporting Ajit Singh. Finally, Aurangzeb realized one thing. Unnecessarily, if I start interfering with the Rajputs, their succession, my treasury will get depleted. And you cannot believe that the Maratha and the Rajput experiment of Aurangzeb, it was a very futile one. Why? It costed him approximately 5 million. Approximately, I am saying you. And specifically, the Maratha expeditions. So, finally, Ajit Singh was realized, or he was accepted as the next ruler of Marwar. Did you understand the entire case? Yes? Do you want me to repeat? I'll repeat again within 30 seconds. Jaswant Singh Rathod. He was being succeeded by his infant son whose name was Ajit Singh. Actually, he was not born at the time of Jaswant Singh. But later on, when he died, his wife was pregnant. She gave birth to Ajit Singh ji. Now, Ajit Singh, at that time, Aurangzeb, he supported Inder Singh. Who was Inder Singh? Grandson of the elder brother of Jaswant Singh. But the Rajput rulers, the Rathod Rajputs of the Marwar were supporting whom? Ajit Singh. At that time, it is said that 2 parganas or 2 jagirs were given in the region of Marwar to Ajit Singh. Later on, he was being confined in jail, prison by Aurangzeb. He was being released by Durgadas Rathod. In fact, Ajit Singh was being supported by Rana Raj Singh of Mewar. Aurangzeb dispatched an army against him. He fled away to the region of hills. From there, he was conducting guerrilla warfare against Aurangzeb. He was succeeded by his son, Rana Jagat Singh. He also supported the claim of Ajit Singh. Finally, Ajit Singh ji was accepted the ruler of Marwar, Jodhpur. Now is it clear, my friends? Okay. Entire explanation has been done as a part of the PDF or the PPT. So please do not worry about this. Okay. Aspirants, those who are new to the platform, can easily download the PDF or PPT from my Telegram channel, history_Alok Ojha. Okay. Deccan phase. Akbar, he was the first to conquer the region of Vindhya, specifically the region of Khandesh and Berar. Like Khandesh, it includes the region of Jalgaon and Dhule districts. Presently, I'm speaking about, okay? Berar, Amravati, Akola, Chandrapur, Gadchiroli, okay? Then Nagpur, Wardha, Bhandara, all these are the parts of Berar region. So Akbar had occupied this region. Jahangir, he fought against Malik Ambar, but he was not that successful. But Shah Jahan, he had defeated Malik Ambar. Okay. In fact, Shah Jahan, he had appointed Mahabat Khan as the governor of Deccan. And Mahabat Khan was quite successful in defeating Nizam Shah of Ahmednagar and imprison him in the region of Gwalior. Okay. So by now, what happened? The Deccan policy of the previous Mughal rulers, precisely Akbar, his son Jahangir, and followed by Shah Jahan, was quite successful to an extent. But now the major part of the Deccan was under Marathas. Initially, it is said that Aurangzeb did not take Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Ji seriously. He said that Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Ji is nothing but a mountain rat. So he considered him as a mountain rat. But after killing Afzal Khan, Shivaji, he became one of the heroes. Shivaji Maharaj Ji, he became one of the heroes in the region of Deccan. And now he dispatched his maternal uncle, Shaista Khan, to have a control over the region of Deccan. Shaista Khan had created havoc in the region around Katraj, which is located quite close to Pune. Shaista Khan, he was being defeated. Finally, Aurangzeb sent a huge army. And after sending a huge army, Treaty of Purandar was being signed with Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Ji. At that time, Shivaji Maharaj Ji had to surrender 23 out of 24 forts to Aurangzeb. Few years later, Shivaji Maharaj Ji was being confined in the region of Agra along with his son Shambhaji Maharaj Ji. After that, he got released from there. He again started reconquering the forts that has been given to Aurangzeb as a part of Treaty of Purandar. Finally, in 1674, Shivaji Maharaj coronated himself at the fort of Raigad and assumed the title Chhatrapati. He also assumed the title, or he was given the title Hindavi Dharmodharak, protector of Hinduism. Okay. So, after him, approximately he died around the age, at the age of 52 or 53, around 1680. He was being succeeded by his son, Chhatrapati Shambhaji Maharaj. And everyone has seen the movie Chhawa. You might have heard about the famous battle that was being fought by Shambhaji Maharaj Ji. Finally, the battle of Sangameshwar, and treacherously it is believed that in a very inhuman manner, Shambhaji Maharaj Ji was being executed by Aurangzeb. So, it is believed that this costed Aurangzeb and Mughals a lot. He ruled approximately for 49 to 50 years, but last 22 to 25 years, he had to face huge financial losses. Huge. Why? Because of his failed expeditions that he led against the Marathas. So, we will study about this in quite depth and detail when we'll study about the specifically this one, the Maratha rulers. So, everything I have explained as a part of this, I'll be explaining this in quite depth and detail when we will study Marathas. So, please do not worry about this. Hope so the point is clear. Okay. If I speak about the administration of Aurangzeb, we'll understand in a step-by-step manner, it was highly centralized. Many of the officers were reduced to the status of clerks, and major farmans, major part of the administration, major decisions was taken by Aurangzeb himself. Like strict discipline needs to be maintained in the court. Nobody can laugh and joke in the court. In fact, he banned the Sufi music at that time, which was referred as Sama, and Aurangzeb himself was fond of playing musical instrument referred as Veena. He was follower of Naqshbandi Sufi order. He completely banned the Sufi practice of Sama, that is musical congregation. So the administration was completely in the hands of Aurangzeb. So it was a highly centralized administration. Correct? Like during the time of Akbar, what happened? The administration was decentralized. Mansabdari system was there. Ministers were independent to perform their duty in a very transparent, accountable and honest manner. Here, ministers were accountable. Ministers were transparent, but only to whom? Aurangzeb. And the final decision was being taken by Aurangzeb. Okay, so administration was highly centralized. So in very simple words, just remember this. Besides land revenue, other taxes were being imposed such as zakat. Zakat is specifically, we have studied about the 5 fundamental pillars of Islam. Like in Islam, there are 5 important fundamental pillars. First pillar is namaz. Rather than saying namaz, the first pillar is La ilaha illallah and Muhammad ur Rasul. Allah is one and his messenger is one. That is Muhammad Sahab. Second, offering prayer to Allah at least 5 times a day, which is referred as namaz. Zuhar ki namaz, Duhar ki namaz, Asr ki namaz, Maghrib ki namaz, Isha ki namaz. Then comes Roza, observing fasting, rigorous fasting in the holy month of Ramzan. After Roza specifically comes what? Going on a pilgrimage called as Hajj. And the person who has completed his Hajj Yatra was referred as Mustati. And the 5th important principle is Zakat. One should give, it was majorly collected from wealthy Muslims. One should give at least 2.5% of his earning as a part of liberal donations, which would be later utilized for the welfare of the underprivileged section of the society. And that is nothing but charity. Zakat was being compulsorily taken from the Muslims. Jizya or jizya, it was a religious tax imposed on non-Muslims, precisely the Hindus. I had given you a small example. Akbar had abolished jizya during his time. Shah Jahan, another example I had given you, there was a Brahmin named as Kavindracharya from the region of Banaras. And he has requested Shah Jahan that please abolish jizya in the region of Banaras and Allahabad, precisely present-day Prayagraj, because many pilgrims visit that place. It's a place of religious importance for Hindus. So Shah Jahan had banned jizya in that region. Hence, for his religious policy, Shah Jahan was also referred as what? Little Akbar. But he has completely reversed that policy. Okay? Like, if you remember, during the time of Akbar, the land was classified into different categories: Polaj, Parauti, Chachar and Banjar. Polaj means the fertile land. On this land specifically, there was what we say crop production throughout the year. Revenue was a bit higher. Parauti, production once in a year. Revenue was bit lower in comparison to Polaj. Chachar, production once or like production once in 2 years. And finally comes Banjar, unfertile land. Like very little production, so taxes on the Banjar or unfertile land was quite low. But here, contractors or the zamindars were given authority to collect the revenue from the peasants directly, and they collected huge or exorbitant taxes. Okay, and particularly the taxes, like there was also discrimination on the basis of taxes, precisely on the basis of religion. Correct? So, this is nothing but the policy that was being adopted by this person, Aurangzeb. One more important aspect about Aurangzeb. Aurangzeb, like his tomb is located in the region of Aurangabad. Precisely today it is called as Chhatrapati Sambhaji Nagar. Aurangzeb had popularized one script at that time, which is referred as Nastaliq script. I repeat, Nastaliq script. So this was a short video, a short introduction about Aurangzeb. Hope you understood Aurangzeb. Hope you understood the major part of the 6 Mughal rulers that we have discussed in quite depth and detail. With the help of PPT, with the help of PDFs, and with the help of flowcharts, I have tried to simplify the entire part of the Mughal Empire. Hope you understood things, my friends. Most important aspect. Aspirants, those who are targeting 2026. Okay. Study IQ IAS has come up with the resolution batch, GS Foundation batch P2I. Okay. And it's a morning batch. Course is completely in English language, which will 100% cater to the needs of the aspirants, precisely from Southern India and Northeastern India. Fees is also quite affordable in comparison to the hefty fees of Delhi. The fees is 25,999. And for this, like to get the benefits of the course, you can use the code that is flashing on your screen, Alok Live. I repeat the code, Alok Live. One of the basic aspects of the course is answer writing practice. Okay, proper answer writing practice would be done, proper evaluation, proper feedback would be given to you. Like many of the aspirants face problem concerning what timetable should be made or how we should prepare the timetable. The aspirants, those who are aspiring for 2027 and 2028, what strategy needs to be adopted? Is it necessary to read the NCERT and the Tamil Nadu State Board books? Everything would be, everything would be told to you. You would be guided in a step-by-step manner. So please do visit the website of Study IQ IAS and explore the courses on the website. And if you're interested, guys, here the prices are quite affordable and this is end of the season sale. I repeat, it's the end of the season sale. To avail the benefits, use the code that is flashing on your screen, Alok Live. I repeat the code, Alok Live. Hope you liked the entire series of the major and the important rulers of the Mughal Empire, right from Babur to Aurangzeb. Okay, guys, with this, I'll stop my words for the day. Bye-bye. Good night.